Welcome back to Ukraine Train Chop Shop with yours one and only, plus Johnny Cash. What we have here is a Yamaha 2003 XV650 or V Star. It has a really low mileage overall. It's in a pretty good condition. However, the bike haven't ran in a long time, and the miles, I removed the odometer, but the miles only state 5,000 and some change on it. I got it running, so the bike was pretty much sitting for about 5, 6 years. And then bringing them back to life. Pretty much any older motorcycles, carburetor or not. You want to clean the tank, clean the carburetors. That would be a step one. Replace all the fluids. The tank is already been rusted out, so they sell a lot of coating compounds for the motorcycle. So I did that. You want to replace your fluids, I replaced the fluids. But the reason we're here today, really quick, I'm gonna replace, as you can see, the bike was sitting for a long time, so all the seals pretty much um, start to leak. Basically, whenever they don't get proper lubrication, they will begin to dry rot and develop a leak. So what we're gonna do here real quick today, I am going to replace the seal. So far I'm only gonna replace it on one side. I already sold the bike, so I'm really gonna guide you through it. So the first thing we're gonna do is basically I'm gonna remove this bolt. Well, you wanna jack up the bike, and we'll have to remove the caliper, brake caliper from it. I'll have to remove the wheel bolt and the bracket. Well, there's no bracket here. I'm just gonna remove the caliper and the bracket. There is a bracket here. That way I'll be able to pull the whole thing out and kind of go from there. So our first step was pretty much I removed the tank just so it's easy and more convenient for me to work with. That way my fork area or front forks area a little more exposed. I raised my motorcycle. If you have a ATV or a motorcycle, Jack, where you're the lucky one, I don't work on these things often enough. I used to work on the motorcycles a lot, but I don't do it often enough to actually invest in the jack. So what I did is I put a block and utilized my car jack. Pretty much utilized one side of a frame as my lifting point, and then kind of straightened the bike out, leaned it over a little bit, and put a wooden block in between. And as you can see, it's quite sturdy. What I need to do is basically removing all the pressure from my front forks. That way I can start working. Alright, so my next step was I removed my two brackets. I'm not sure what side it is, but utilize the Allen wrench and I marked them. That way they correspond and I know which one goes where when I put them back together. So I just removed that. That way I can start move my handlebar out of the way and get access to my nut right here. Alright, real quick, so I removed my bracket as a two 12mm bolts. They were mounted right here. You have to remove one 10mm bolt that holds your hose bracket, attachment hose to the fork, and you have to remove two hidden 10mm bolts that hold your fender to your front fork. Remove your 19mm bolt that holds your wheel in place. Also, you can remove that bolt. Basically, that just tightens it all together, keeps the positive bolt in place. Here's your bolt. Don't lose your spacer, because on this side there is a spacer that goes in, and at that point all you have to do is you have to remove that bracket or that tighten bolt before you do that. So mark location on your fork. See, I kind of put a little bit of a marks in, so you loosen all of those out. As you can see, once again, 1, 2, and you can remove those and remove your top knot, and you should be good. Now, as you can see, I loosened all my brackets, all of them out, and my fork pretty much slid out at this point. I'll have to remove this bolt, the stop bolt, which is 22, 21 millimeter out. Drain some oil out of it. As you can see, I removed my top knot. Be careful, there's a spring in there, so I'll provide some tension when you remove it. It might jump out. Just be a little careful. Remove your inside sleeve. Drain your oil. Okay. So as you can see, I removed my fork. I removed my top knot. I removed my dust seal. There's a dust seal that pretty much slides out. At that point, you have access to your actual seal that is sealing your surface or your rod. This moving portion here, there's a retainer clip there. You can just utilize the flat head and pry it out. So at this point, all you have to do is just to remove an old seal. There's few ways you can remove it, but if you're very careful, you can get a small screw and you run it in the seal and then use it as a prying point and pry it all out. Just use your imagination. It's not hard to do. If you go the screw route, you have to be careful so you don't damage any surface of your actual rod. Alright, I was able to pry my seal out. What I did is utilize the 45-degree scribe, just kind of nailed it in there and then pry it out. It actually came out pretty easy. This is the way it's gonna go in. If you run into a problem, don't remember how to install it, will confirm to your manual or confirm to make sure the shop manual you used, there might be some, but basically the lip is gonna go up. As you can see, I can actually see some hammering marks, so I'll remember which way to install it. Anyway, so pay a little bit of attention when you're disassembling this stuff. At this point, just clean the surface, reinstall the new seal, and we'll have to see how much oil does it take. So there you can use two type of oil for this, or two different ways. If you want a slightly more of a firm ride, so to speak, utilize the 15 weight fork oil. I purchased the 10 weight. I just gotta find where it's at. Right there, there's my oil 10 weight. There's a specific amount of oil that you have to use. As you can see, you have a clip. Since the kit came, I'm assuming it's a universal kit. There's two different type of seals in there. So go ahead, put your new seal back and we'll begin. So real quick, to drive the seal back in, you gotta, like, the easiest way to go about it is utilize the larger diameter piece of pipe and just come and hammer it back in. In my case, just found haven't put the swing back together yet, so just kind of know it's not the cleanest one, but I'm gonna clean it all up whenever I'm done. So you want to drive that in and complete the drive the seal and utilizing this. So after reinstalling my retainer clip back in, basically just gotta make sure you clean your rod. Clean your rod. Anyway, clean your rod. Your extra cleaning, make sure all the little particles are gone. and it's nice and clean. And then you put in your seal, your dust seal back in, and you pretty much done with this portion of your project. Your seal is reinstalled, dust seal is in place. Actually, I think my cover did not come. No. Okay, once the dust seal is back in place, you can just follow your steps and like retrace your steps and reinstall back together. This is not really a hard job. One more thing, I'll show you how much oil you have to put back in there, because there's a certain amount of oil that has to go in back. So I'll do that part and we're gonna be done with this video. So my last step is gonna be here. I looked in the manual. It looks like, well, there's a different sources. The actual manual stated that it requires a 507 milliliters of Chen weight fork oil. Like I said, if you're on the firmer ride, you can put a 15 in there. I'm just going off the manual, so I'm just gonna utilize the old oil container that I had laying around and measured my 500 millimeters or milliliters, excuse me. And I'm gonna fill up my fork tube with my clean oil. And I have a syringe laying around, so the rest of it, obviously, I don't think I'm really down the science on this one. Yeah, I'm kind of taking the shortcut on this. Hate me for it. At the end of the day, I still marked it, so I'm gonna put the exact amount of equivalent amount of oil in my second fork tube that I'm gonna replace. And at that point, once you have your oil in there, you're gonna put your spring back in, your washer, and you're gonna close your top bolt on it. You have some new seals that came in the box that your O-rings that you can replace. But that would complete our video for today. I know it's not super detailed. I'm hoping most of you are somewhat mechanically inclined in there, or not in there, are the ones that are watching this video. So I'm gonna finish it. Stay tuned. I would appreciate if one of you actually would click and subscribe to my channel. You do, after all, you do find I can provide a lot of useful information. I'm actually certified AC&R tech as well. I have a lot of knowledge in the hydraulics systems as well. So if you have any questions, just ask. Maybe I'll be able to answer them for you. That's all right. So I'm not gonna beg for the likes and whatnot, but it would help. Anyway, not gonna make me or break me. After all, I'm just doing this video, so hopefully they will help some of you, and you can save some money to yourself just doing the jobs on your own. So stay tuned for more videos. As always, your only Johnny Cash and Ukraine Train Chop Shop.